Question 1. Which ancient empire used cuneiform writing? Sumer. Question 2. Who was the first emperor of Rome? Augustus. Question 3. Which treaty ended World War I? Treaty of Versailles. Question 4. Who conquered Persia in 330 BC? Alexander the Great. Question 5. Which war was fought between Athens and Sparta? Peloponnesian War. Question 6. Which empire built Hagia Sophia? Byzantine Empire. Question 7. Who unified China in 221 BC? Qin Shi Huang. Question 8. Which civilization built Machu Picchu? Inca civilization. Question 9. Which event triggered World War I? Assassination of Franz Ferdinand. Question 10. Which empire ruled Constantinople before 1453? Byzantine Empire. Question 11. Who discovered the sea route to India in 1498? Vasco da Gama. Question 12. Which wall divided Germany during the Cold War? Berlin Wall. Question 13. Who led the Soviet Union during World War II? Joseph Stalin. Question 14. Which civilization invented democracy? Ancient Greece. Question 15. Which document limited the English king's power in 1215? Magna Carta. Question 16. Which empire was ruled by Genghis Khan? Mongol Empire. Question 17. Which war lasted from 1914 to 1918? World War I. Question 18. Which queen ruled England during the Spanish Armada? Elizabeth I. Question 19. Which empire collapsed in 476 AD? Western Roman Empire. Question 20. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Leonardo da Vinci. Question 21. Which empire ruled India before British rule? Mughal Empire. Question 22. Who was known as the Iron Lady? Margaret Thatcher. Question 23. Which empire built the Colosseum? Roman Empire. Question 24. Which explorer first circumnavigated the Earth? Ferdinand Magellan. Question 25. Which ancient wonder was located in Babylon? Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Question 26. Who was the last Tsar of Russia? Nicholas II. Question 27. Which revolution began in 1789? French Revolution. Question 28. Which leader started the Protestant Reformation? Martin Luther. Question 29. Which ship sank in 1912 after hitting an iceberg? RMS Titanic. Question 30. Which empire ruled Peru before the Spanish conquest? Inca Empire. Question 31. Which philosopher taught Alexander the Great? Aristotle. Question 32. Which dynasty built the Forbidden City? Ming Dynasty. Question 33. Which country launched Sputnik in 1957? Soviet Union. Question 34. Which ancient city was destroyed by Mount Vesuvius? Pompeii. Question 35. Which empire lasted until 1922 in Turkey? Ottoman Empire. Question 36. Who led the Cuban Revolution? Fidel Castro. Question 37. Which war was fought between Rome and Carthage? Punic Wars. Question 38. Which empire ruled Spain before the Christian reconquest? Umayyad Caliphate. Question 39. Who led Germany in the 19th century? Otto von Bismarck. Question 40. Which ancient civilization built the pyramids of Giza? Ancient Egyptians.